Well, hello everyone. Sharona Rapsick here, and I am going to be doing a review of the Phantasma Tarot by Paulina Fay. Now, many of you know Paulina Fay, who has published other decks that are really wonderful, the Paulina Tarot, and one of my favorites, the Pixiekins, which is an oracle deck, and those are published under her name Paulina Cassidy. So this new deck is published under the name Paulina Fay, but it's the same wonderful creator, and it comes in a wonderful little box, and it is from US Games. So with US Games, I always expect a quality deck, quality paper stock, and just total quality. So when you open the box, we have our little guidebook on the tarot deck, and there is a little introduction from Paulina Fay. So what the introduction says is, welcome to the Phantasma Tarot. Phantasma itself means daydream, fantasy, or magical vision. It is also the name of the world of supernatural beings in which you will find many kindred spirits at the ready to welcome you here, most of whom I have recently discovered as well. Crafted over a 4-year time span, Phantasma is my 4th tarot deck. It really has been an exciting journey watching this deck's heart and soul take the lead on it unveiled at personality. The cards were painted and the messengers penned. I felt like I was a traveler documenting their secret haunts and special playgrounds. So we know this is a deck that was both created, and it's also the artwork of Paulina Fay. So let's just take a look at the deck. So it has a beautiful, beautiful back, which is like almost iridescent with pink and purple, and a really beautiful, simple design. So let's go through the cards themselves. So we're going to start off with the full, and I'm just going to bring my camera a little closer so you can see everything that I'm seeing. So here we have the full, and the thing that you want to look at is all of the detail that's in this card. There is just detail everywhere that you look. So right away I know I'm going to want to journal with this deck. And then we're going to go to the Magician. Now, one of the things that I personally love to do when I get a new deck is compare the images with the traditional images that we're used to seeing in the Waite Smith tarot for the Magician. So as we can see, this is something that's different. We have a rabbit, and we also have the Magician looks like it's pulling a person from his or her hat. So this is something that I love to do, is put the cards together with the cards that I already have, the traditional deck, and compare the artist's interpretation. So let's keep going. And we have our High Priestess, and I love it that it is a fox, or fox being, and our Empress, our Emperor. So they're all supernatural beings. Now we have the Mentor, which is, we know from traditional decks, we would recognize that card as the Hierophant. And here, I just love it. It's an elephant. And the Lovers. And the Chariot. And the Strength card, which is actually the card that's on the front of the box. I mean the Strength card. And I love the Strength card that it is a dragon. And the Hermit card. Really cool, because I think we have a peacock, and right now the peacock is acting as a hermit. It's going off, and its beautiful, beautiful tail is closed. And our Wheel of Life card. And I love it that it's with animals, and the wheel, rather than it being like a roulette wheel where it is strictly about the luck and changes of the wheel, this also takes in the changes of the seasons. So like, and it gets into, which is the cycle with the deck, that everything is seasons, and there's also light and darkness. We have the sun that comes up every morning. Okay, here we have the Justice card, and I love that it's an owl, and it's got, instead of scales, it's got the scales on, well, it's a very different kind of owl because it looks like it has antlers. But, and on its antlers, it has, or antennae, it has, that's where you have the scales. And a beautiful Hanged Man. The Death card. The Temperance card. I love it that it's a mermaid. So we're still getting that feeling of 1 foot on the land and 1 foot in the water, which is kind of what mermaids are all about. And instead of the Devil, we have the Djinn. And the Tower. Really beautiful star. And an amazing moon. And we see that we have all these faces here, so it's like the faces of the moon that are ever changing. And the star. And for Temperance, we have a new name for it, Awakening. So awakening to a brand new life. And I love the Whirl in that it's this fantasy creature, and it's cradling the world. And we have the flowers coming up, so this whole thing of rebirth. Okay, let's take a look at the minors. So in the minors, we have a really beautiful Ace of Wands. A Two of Wands. A Three of Wands. The Four of Wands. And a very interesting Five of Wands. So let's just take a look at the traditional images that we're used to seeing with the Five of Wands. And, you know, it's all about competition. But here we have that there are two ram-like creatures that are butting heads. So all about coming together and overcoming obstacles. And the Six of Wands, the Seven of Wands, cute little bat type creature, and the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. So we have a fantasy, supernatural creature carrying the burden of the 10 swords. I mean the 10 wands. Sorry, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the very beautiful Queen of Wands. Okay, so we're going to take a look now at and the King of Wands. So we're going to move into the Suit of Cups, a really beautiful Ace of Cups. So I would always like to compare with the traditional images. How does it differ? So here we have a woman, female type figure, or it could also be a unisex figure, and just hugging a peacock. The Two of Cups are Three of Cups, kind of like flamingos. And our Four of Cups. I love that the cups have wings. And our Five of Cups. And a really beautiful Six of Cups. Let's take a look at the way that is depicted in the traditional Waite-Smith. So here we have a very loving scene where there's a supernatural creature, which also looks like it has their supernatural children, and a figure that is enjoying tea. They're all having like a tea party. Really sweet. And our Seven of Cups. Our Eight of Cups. And our Nine of Cups. And our Ten of Cups. The Happy Ever After card. And the Page of Cups. And we have our Knight of Cups, which is really interesting. I love to compare it to the Waite-Smith. Here we have our knight in a balloon, a flying balloon, and it's being powered by a fish. So being powered by water. And our very beautiful Queen of Cups. And our King of Cups. Okay, so moving along to the Suit of Air, the swords, we have an Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords, and here we have the Three of Swords. We can compare that to the Waite-Smith. We still have the heart with the swords piercing it, but it looks like our figure is moving away from that and is recovering and putting that all into the past. And our Four of Swords. Our Five of Swords. Our Six of Swords. And we see they're escaping on the back of, I think, is that a flying creature. and our 7 of Swords, and our 8 of Swords, our 9 of Swords, and a very interesting 10 of Swords. You can see that the figure has swords in their back, but they're actually, it looks like they pulled out one of the swords and is actually using the sword to get up and get out of the box. So we're used to seeing it this way. So this is a really beautiful interpretation. Our Page of Swords, our Knight of Swords, and our Queen of Swords. Love the Queen of Swords because we know that the Queen of Swords, she doesn't take any crap from anybody. She is on her way. And our King of Swords. And finally, we have our Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, doing their balancing act. Our 3 of Pentacles, working in collaboration, creating magic. Our 4 of Pentacles. We're used to seeing this interpretation of it, so I love to compare and then journal. And the great thing about that is we take the meanings from all the cards that we look at, and we're able to put that into the language that we use when we read the cards. And our 5 of Pentacles, really beautiful 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. And what I love, these are borderless cards, and you just kind of, when you look at this card, you get wrapped up in the details and you just kind of go into the card. Our 8 of Pentacles, our 9 of Pentacles. I love it that she's holding a cat. The self-made woman or figure, that they were able to enjoy all the work that they have put in and have finally reached the 9 of Pentacles. And our 10 of Pentacles, our Page of Pentacles, and our Knight of Pentacles. Here's our Queen of Pentacles, and it's a rabbit. And we're used to seeing it where we have the Queen on a throne, and if you look carefully, there is a tiny little rabbit. So what it looks like Paulina has done is we're viewing the card from the perspective of the rabbit, and the Queen is hugging the rabbit. And a really beautiful Knight of Pentacles. So I am loving what I'm seeing with this deck. I'm going to probably start out by, as you saw me, drawing one card a day and then comparing it with the traditional Waite-Smith images and just getting a meaning that I can take into all of my readings. So let's just see how the cards read. And what I'm going to do is they are all upright. So I'm just going to pick a card. Okay, and the card is the Knight of Cups, which we talked about earlier. So let's just take a look at our guidebook and see what Paulina has to say about the Knight of Cups. Okay, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, the powerful Knight of Cups, moves at his own pace, reflecting upon his inner world. The imagination that follows is often in a state of reverie. He's deeply connected to his emotions and he appreciates beauty and depends upon his intuition when drifting into new adventures. And the message is no need to rush to truth. Take time to enjoy life's pleasures. And the key words are imagination, peace, and charm, following your heart, but also being diplomatic. And then she also gives us reverse meanings. Don't lose sight of where your life is heading. Stay in touch with your dreams and goals. And the reverse keywords are stagnation, manipulation, betrayal, selfishness, and moodiness. So that's the interpretation here of the Knight of Cups. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with this deck. I just love the artwork and I love journaling. So what you're going to find me doing is I'm going to be drawing one of these a day. And as I said earlier, I do like to, when I get a new deck, I like to compare it to the images in a deck that I am familiar with. So thank you for joining me. This has been the Phantasma Tarot by Paulina Fay. And please stay in touch with this channel. Let me know if there are more cards and videos that you like, and videos I can do for you with your favorite decks. So stay tuned for more reviews on tarot and oracle cards, metaphysical tools. This is Sharona Rapsic. Thank you, and love and magic. Many blessings. Bye.